Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another Arrow review, episode 10 of season 2, back from a mid-season finale, and it is Blast Radius. Well, with that being the episode name, let's talk about the villain, of which he was pretty boring.
Yeah, I didn't care for him.
I didn't care for the quote-unquote main plot, if you will, or the focus of the episode, but all the stuff, extra stuff was good, but the main plot was just kind of generic. Okay, there's a guy blowing up stuff, let's go get him.
But he was targeting Sebastian Blood.
Yeah, which, it's another case of a villain being targeted and being saved.
I know, just like with Malcolm, there were times when I wanted to say you could have just let him die and it would have solved so much.
To be fair, he would have attacked all the people in the crowd as well.
True. If it was just him, then let him die.
Yeah, the villain wasn't memorable or exciting. He was very generic. It was just a pretty okay, The episode itself wasn't that amazing, but there were some good little bits here and there, so...
Yeah.
Let's start at pretty much the beginning, with this episode actually does continue on from the Barry cliffhanger from last episode.
Yeah, they keep mentioning how he's in a coma and stuff.
I do like that, because, just like we were foreshadowing his arrival, now we're keeping him, just keep it in the back of your head, because, you got to think about it. It obviously, we do know a show's coming up, and it would have been interesting to be watching this way back in the day and think about it.
Yeah, we didn't get into it until...
Everything was well established,
yeah.
But it would have been interesting to hear all these nods and they're building up to a show, and they take a whole season, and I love that, but it actually does have a little bit of a tie-in with the main plot because there's some Felicity drama.
Yeah, she wasn't there at first, and then Oliver got mad at her for being distracted. Like, what was she supposed to do? The guy scrambled the signal.
Yeah, we do...
I think it was quite unfair.
Felicity has been seeing Barry in Central City, which I like. It keeps their friendship going from last time, but yeah...
Even though he's sleeping and doesn't know she's there.
Yeah, I know, but... And, and we have some drama which just kind of feels out of nowhere and random. It does remind me a little bit of Salvation from Season 1, but at least that time they didn't get mad. And Felicity, I like that version where Felicity actually had some guilt. Here, it's just, oh, sorry, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah, but, I think the line about how, he wouldn't have acted like this before Barry, I think they're trying to imply that he's jealous, he's already starting to like her. Yeah,
they had a little bit of foreshadowing, but I think this is the first time they've really pushed Oliver in that direction. Like, the last few episodes we started to set up that Felicity goes that way, but now we're starting to set up Oliver might go that way.
Yeah, now he doesn't like her paying so much attention to another guy.
Yeah, but that's about it. We had some little drama. It's fixed by the end. It's nothing special. It's nothing memorable, but it's also nothing bad.
Yeah.
It's also nothing good either. It's just kind of there. But... honestly, we do, and of course, we do have the flashbacks, which start off with them burying Shadow.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but something about Slade looked different.
That's what I was thinking too. Something looks off about his face.
Yes! I didn't know how to describe it, but it's just different.
Something feels weird. Is it just because it's been a few episodes since we've seen his face all nice and clean? That's the only thing I can think of.
I know. Could it really just be that the black half is gone?
Because he got blown up in, episode 4 or 5 of this season, and now it's episode 10. Then he was blown up, then we didn't see him much, then he had the blackface. Not that. No. I mean, there was half of his face was burned. But, yeah, I mean, we do have some good moments in the flashback, because as we saw... Slade gave Oliver Shadow's hood, which was originally Yao Fei's hood, which, as we know, is the hood that Oliver still wears. But yeah, Oliver's now the one who holds on to Shadow's hood, and, it's nice and symbolic, and I like it, but,
Yeah. Speaking of clothes, I just can't help thinking whenever there's a flashback, how do they have clean clothes?
Yeah, for some reason, Oliver's clothes look really clean. Sarah's is fine, because she only just got off the boat. Obviously, she'd have fresh clothes. Slade's, they don't seem super clean. He's got, like, army clothes. But Oliver's clothes seem fresh and clean for some reason.
Did they find a dead guy to steal from?
I don't... Maybe one of the dead guys, Slade killed, but they wouldn't have clothing that type of... It looks like a little office shirt.
Yeah!
I mean, the last time... I don't know, he was on the boat, then it was, he hasn't had any chance to change clothes.
They should be a mess by now.
I thought the last time he got any clothes is when he stole clothes from a dead guy halfway through Season 1's flashbacks, and that's roughly a year ago. But yeah, that was an odd point, but... Yeah, but, the flashbacks did have moment, and it is starting to show that Slade's really going insane.
Yeah, and that ending was interesting because Ivo contacted them on the radio and gave them the choice of, you give me the Mirakuru, I'll take you to civilization. If you don't, then, I'll send people to kill you or something.
Well, he said kidnap you and I'll experiment, but
yeah, kidnap and experiment.
Oliver has had a whole year of not falling for that trick.
Yeah, but...
It's like, how many times has Fire said that? So, I'll take you home, man, or I'll kill you. It's like, sorry, I had that one before.
Even if he was telling the truth, it's a choice between, you can save yourself, go home, but then they'll have Mirakuru to use, or, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's
kind of the choice of your own safety for the greater good.
The only other interesting... there was a couple. We'll start with Roy had a bit of a plot, because last time we saw he did get injected with the Mirakuru, and we know what that means. And, now we're starting to see the repercussions of that.
Yeah, his arm healed from getting glass in it.
And then he lifted up the pole thing completely on his own easily.
Yeah. He used the excuse of, adrenaline, mothers lift cars to save babies.
Yeah, which means Roy now does have super strength, which, like we said, is something out of this world for Arrow. Arrow's starting to really delve into more supernatural stuff, or at least things are more unrealistic.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we have a character with close as we get to superpowers for a while. And about the only thing we get with superpowers in Arrow, at least for this season. But yeah, that was a Roy plot. There wasn't too much. It was a little drama. He's tense. He's trying to hide away what he knows. But that's about it. That's the thing. It's more, the only exciting things are the ongoing threads.
Yes,
which
I actually enjoyed the Laurel stuff.
I was about to say, one of the better plots is the Laurel stuff.
Although, despite how sensible she's being, at the start of the episode, she's still taking pills.
Yeah.
Not only that, but if you notice, she must have stolen some pills from her father, because they've got Quentin's name on them, their prescription.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know how or why. Maybe she's probably just stealing his. I don't know. But...
And he doesn't notice? He's a detective!
Oh, well, we'll get to that. Maybe he does know, and he doesn't want to bring it up yet, because he knows she's got problems. But despite...
Yeah, maybe that he said something like, I'll help you get off them, but you need to take some to, not withdrawal, just...
That's the thing. At the beginning of this episode, I saw that, and I thought, we're continuing this thread. But no, we didn't have any drama with Laurel. Actually, Laurel did a lot of good in this episode.
Yeah, and I found it interesting that for once Laurel was right and Quentin was wrong.
Yeah, because
he said,
Laurel
don't worry about Sebastian, he's a nice guy. Yeah,
Laurel has started to suspect Sebastian, which she's one of the first people to actually do that, because Sebastian's been a big part of this episode, and everyone else loves him, including Oliver in both Oliver and the Arrow now. Both of them are teaming up with him, but Laurel's suspicious of him, and it turns out she's right, as we find out that, he's tricked everyone into thinking that his mother is his crazy aunt.
What if she is crazy, though? Why does Laurel believe her?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, but,
But we know she's right.
Yeah, but that's about the only cliffhanger per se. Not cliffhanger, but at least thread we can get, something to grasp onto.
Yeah.
I suppose, and the Roy plot, because both of those are just continuing threads. There's not much else to this episode.
Yeah, they did okay.
I couldn't think of much else to say. The villain is so forgettable. There was a few little plot threads here and there, but
Yeah, because the villain's so forgettable, I don't want to. I don't know how high I want to go.
I'm honestly thinking about a 6.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, it's not awful by any means. It's just nothing huge.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because pretty much every episode so far has been so huge, and this episode, not saying it's bad, but it's just kind of average at best.
Yeah, I'll go with 6.
Which, honestly, I think is a habit. I think episodes that follow a mid-season finale tend to be kind of average, because I believe episode 10 of season 1 was Burned, the one with the fire guy.
Oh, yeah.
What a very similar episode.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I suppose there's not much else to say. This episode, we both say it's a 6. It's just kind of average to a few good points. Nothing awful, but just nothing exciting. What is the name of the next episode?
Blind Spot.
Blind Spot. I actually don't have any remembrance of what this could be referring to or what the episode might be.
No, I am not good at remembering based on names.
Especially, at least for Arrow.
Yeah.
Some of the other shows
The Steven Universe ones, I know their names.
Well, even
by heart.
the other Arrowverse shows, yes. The other Arrowverse shows are usually a bit more obvious with the names, especially early on. Yeah, but sometimes it's just like, hang on, what did this refer to? But maybe it's an episode I just forgot. Or maybe it isn't. We'll find out next time. So, we will see you next time for the 11th episode of this season. See you next time.